Hey, another day, another reaction stream. So we are here with Asmongold, and it sounds like he's signing off in the chat. So his viewers are plummeting now by the thousands. He was at around 57, 58,000 viewers at the time of streaming. Just a while ago when I was pausing this video. So here he is watching an entire Benny Johnson video. You could call it a watch party. He's with 58,000 people. Okay, and then you could also call this malicious reaction because he doesn't have content outside of reacting. So if you don't have content outside of reacting, you could argue that reaction, simply by reacting, is malicious. All right, because you are taking all the views away from the original creator, whether you like it or not. It doesn't have to be malicious. You are still taking views away from the original. Okay, so here he was watching Decoy Voice, once again watching the entire video. None of it makes any sense. I don't think any of these people are going to actually go watch the original videos now that they watched the whole video with Asmongold, their favorite streamer, right? I'm going to explain why I am saying this. Here's the guy watching Pirates of the Caribbean on Twitch, all right? Just blatantly Disney. Now Disney doesn't need Ethan. Disney can take care of itself. Disney has lawyers and whatnot, okay? So Disney will take care of its own property. Disney needs no one's help. Disney has a lot of money. and another thing, everyone knows you cannot restream a movie. We know that because there is a copyright warning on every movie that you go see. So what are the Twitch punishments for restreaming copyright? DMCA takedowns, account suspensions, and potentially even legal action. Twitch enforces a 3-strike policy where a third DMCA strike results in a permanent account termination. So the question is, how many DMCA strikes are these individuals going to get? Because Ethan is claiming, 2 videos? Or does it count as 1 video? Because he also cited the Countdown to Doomsday in the lawsuit. So if they were watching that one, that could possibly lead to 2 DMCA strikes, right? Or is it because they streamed once, it considers it 1 strike? I don't know. You'd have to ask Twitch. But that could result in permanent account termination. So this is more proof that Ethan is just trying to suspend these people from streaming on the platform specifically and get their accounts permanently terminated. And I have proof from the horse's mouth. Yeah, okay, so where is it? Right here. Here is his thoughts about denims specifically. Let's hear what he has to say.
Our family, this disgusting fucking human being who's endorsed by Hassan and the entire left community on Twitch, who is protected and elevated by Twitch, is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services. Denims is such an evil person. She is not responsible enough to have a platform.
Did you hear that?
She should not be allowed to broadcast videos ever again. Now,
this is a personal vendetta by Ethan Klein using copyright that he let no one know was copyrighted, and everyone on the internet is doing the same thing, specifically Asmongold and XQC, So those are the top reaction streamers. Okay, so listen to what he says about viewers that watch react streamers and what he is assuming viewers do after they watch an entire video from a react stream.
And say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like,
yes, when people watch their favorite react streamer, they are not going to go watch the original video. That was a close one. I almost knocked down my phone. They are not. This old man, who's younger than me, which makes him a young man, thinks that when a kid watches Asmongold or XQC, they're going to go watch the original. That is just not true. He lives in a fantasy world. Fantasy la la land. He's going to force everyone to watch his content. Alright? But you can't. You can't force people to watch your content. So, and he didn't put it behind a paywall, which would improve his monetary damage scheme. Okay, so let's talk about Asmongold real quick before moving on. 4 years ago, Asmongold didn't want to sit around talking about people. But now, 4 years later, Asmongold is sitting around talking about people. Let's listen in.
Didn't like either. And I don't know, like she's another partner streamer. I'm not going to sit around and talk about why I don't like somebody, but at the end of the day, I don't want to have anything to do with her. I don't like her, and that's all there is to it.
So instead of rising above and keeping his original 4-year-old thought of just not sitting around talking to people, he's reacting to streams, sitting around talking to people. Whatever happened to playing WoW? This is content right now, him playing WoW. Reacting to videos, video after video, you could argue is an epidemic of sorts on the internet and is not content. All react streamers are taking videos from the original. Now Ethan is not innocent in this endeavor. He reacts to streams. He watched the entire iDubbbz content cop on the stream with a lot of pausing. But do you think Ethan's fans are going to go watch iDubbbz content cop after they watch it with Ethan? I don't think so. And you can't tell me that they will. You don't know for sure. Here on the H3H3 Productions page, if you go to the About Me, there is no indication that any of his videos are copyright. Okay? I think I was just pulling up videos on that. But if we go to the Hassan nuke, there is no copyright notice at the beginning of the movie. There is no copyright notice in the description. There is no copyright notice at the end of the movie. So these people watching YouTube videos that are publicly uploaded have no clue that they are breaking any copyright notice. And to come out months later and say, "Ha, I got you," after requesting everyone to go watch his video on the Doomsday video, it's just not going to fly. Whether you comment for 5 minutes or the entire duration, all right? You have to comment. There's no time limit on commenting. You can comment very little. You can comment a lot. Now, whether he disagrees with how much they commented, that's no reason to drag everyone into a lawsuit that he personally hates. I've showed you reasons why he is personally going after these people. Okay? So let's talk about views, shall we? Asmongold's content cop watching Hassan Piker watching the Hassan Piker content nuke has 2.1 million views. Okay, so let's take out the calculator, right? We're gonna add up all the views Ethan Klein's video could have had, right? Well, Ethan Klein's content nuke is, or the Hassan Piker content nuke is 3.6 million views. So let's subtract 2.1 million views from that. He is down to 1.5 million views. Right? What's next? Poor XQC has the least amount of views out of all three, right? Out of all the people that we're going to bring up, at 248k views, right? We subtract 248k views. Ethan Klein is now down to 1.25 million views that you could consider these views are his own views that he generated, right? We aren't done then. Destiny is a very unique individual. Now, he watched the content, Hassan Nuke content, twice. Once by himself, and then once watching Hassan's watching. So we could take that as a twofer and subtract that from all the people that would go watch the Hassan Nuke, content, whatever. Who cares what it's called? I don't really care what it's called. Okay, so if we subtract it, his two videos, we're down to 760,000, and then subtract the other video of him watching Hassan, which is watching Ethan. He's down to 383,000 views that are considered his own generated views. Now, he is going to not win this argument saying that these three individuals siphoned more than these three individuals. And why is he not suing those three individuals for siphoning views? That part of the lawsuit doesn't make any sense. He can't claim that anyone's siphoning views while not going after everyone that is siphoning views. Whether you say, I'm glad you didn't give that guy a view, that's your right to say that. That is not against the law. There is no law preventing you from saying that. And I wouldn't consider it siphoning views, because once again, you can argue. The odds of someone watching their favorite streamer going to watch Ethan Klein afterwards in its entirety are very low. Maybe Ethan Klein should take a poll of how many people that watched a React streamer came to watch his content afterwards. I think he might be very surprised if people honestly were polled, or he's only going to get the individuals that watch his stream. So of course they are going to say yes. None of this makes sense in a world of copyright protection. This is not copyright protection. And for you to tell me that is copyright protection, it is not. He told no one that it was copyrighted protected to begin with. No one knew they were breaking his copyright. And he arbitrarily said these three individuals are siphoning views to specifically break and damage his monetary value, while not going after these three individuals. I don't understand why any of you are rooting for this. Well, have a good day.